Welcome to the Brocast. Live, the power of your internet. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Please welcome to the stage your host, Big E, and Steven Wilson.
What's going on? Nothing, man. Just, surviving another day. Now we got you.
It's Tuesday, brother.
Yeah, much needed hangout.
You know, I know it's Tuesday. We're here. We're alive. We're kicking and breathing. You know, I mean, you can't really ask for too much more than that.
Yeah, kicking's the main term.
Dude, so how was the week, brother?
Man, this week has been crazy. Kids go back to school tomorrow, so 3 girls. You got to have outfits ready, shoes ready, lunch ready, snack ready, backpacks, all the stuff.
And the whole nine. Yep. Yeah, I remember those days.
It was chaotic today. Plus me working, and then I picked up dinner, so we didn't have to cook, and we could spend more time with them. So it's been a day, but we survived, and we're here to hang out, man.
Dude, and speaking of that, what do we do? We got a nice beverage.
We're starting off small. We got like a little low proof Weller, but we're gonna get up to the high proofer here soon. So because we need it. So yep, just normal stuff. Nothing crazy, nothing special.
It's before we jump in the first topic, man. It's just this unemployed thing, man. Is just.
Yeah, everybody, DDK bar. Grab yourself a drink, hang out.
Grab yourself a drink. Yep. Kick up your feet. Enjoy your weekend.
What's up, Tyler?
What up, Tyler? The king of the mud. What up, Platinum? Hey, happy birthday,
up,
Jay.
Yeah,
big 4-6.
Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray!
I mean, he is slightly my elder, so I gotta make sure I say that because just a little bit.
So yes, how about you, man? How's your week going?
Slow motion, dude. I don't know how. I was talking to my buddy. I was like, I don't know how people generationally don't work and just live off of unemployment and stuff like that. My sleep schedule's so bad right now. I'm going to bed at 3, 4 in the morning, waking up at noon. It's so bad right now. So I got to nip it into gear. So this morning I got up at 7:30 and I'm just all right, get up, go for a walk, get the legs going and get everything going and just clean the house and do the whole bit. But it's a big shocker to go from working for 24 years to not. So, but I got a plan. We'll roll with the plan and it's a little me time. It's me time now.
It's needed, man. Yeah, you deserve it.
Well, and when I say me time, is those of us that we live that manual labor life, man. It's a long haul, and so for me, I'm gonna take the next 2 months off, 6 months off, whatever I can take off. I'm gonna get the stomach surgery done.
Oh yeah, I remember you saying something about that, man. That's awesome.
I'm gonna get that done and kind of just fully start over, just a complete restart.
Do you know which one? Are you gonna get the belt, or are you gonna get the stomach staple?
I'm leaning towards the staple. Okay. I've been looking into it, leaning towards the staple, but the sleeve kind of has an appeal too because it seems like it's a little more safer.
Yeah. The other one, I feel like it's so non-invasive now. Where I've seen it on TV, you just got 2 or 3 little tiny holes, and I feel like it's so non-invasive now.
Yeah, it's not like it was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
It's basically now outpatient. So
But you were saying earlier, like, you don't know how people, you just go to sleep. Like, that's how life's supposed to be, though, right? Like, not necessarily like, you know, living off the government or anything, but like when we were gatherer hunters, right? Like, we didn't work.
Yep.
You woke up when you want. If you were tired and it was 3 p.m., who cares? You took a nap, right? Like, you
See,
went to sleep when you wanted. You woke up when you wanted. Like, that's how life's supposed to work. Yeah, yeah.
100%, baby.
Oh yeah!
I was kind of like a hunter gatherer today. I woke up, had my coffee, waged to Costco and got some food because hey, when you're on a budget now, I'm telling you, when you're on a budget, there's no cheaper place to eat than Costco. You go to the food court,
Oh yeah.
maybe get a hot dog and a soda for $1.50.
When you
A
got
slice of
young
pizza
kids,
for the
when you got young kids like me, dude, them free samples, you go have lunch. Yeah, I know.
so I stocked up, got me like 2 days worth of meals, got me a couple
Wow,
hot
dude.
dogs and some pizza, and I'm like, it was like $12. I'm like, yes.
Jay, that's awesome, man. $4.90 to $1.85. That's insane.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's the goal, you know, it's just might as well.
Yeah, man. Better your life. Like I say, you time. So
That's it, brother. But you know, during my U time, I found a little time to watch this premium live event that we had this weekend.
yeah, premium. That's the key word. Premium.
I always want to just call it pay-per-view, but you know, it's the premium
Yeah,
live
I
event
still
now.
call it pay-per-view. Yeah, absolutely.
So again, we're gonna run through the card real quick, but
Okay.
how do you feel about the whole two-nighter thing?
It's awful, dude. Like, it's a yeah. It's a participation trophy now. Like, you got to include everybody and make them part of the show or the pre-show or be a host or be a post-show or do an interview. Like, it just it's too much. And like, even with me having a family, like, I watched it Saturday and my wife's fine with it, and then you go to watch it Sunday and she's like, again? I'm like, it's 2 nights. I don't know.
I didn't make the card. I'm just watching.
That's right.
But you know, that's the thing is like I miss it the way it used to be, man. You know, you had your Royal Rumble, then you roll the stories into the Survivor Series or into the SummerSlam, then you roll that into Survivor Series,
Yep.
and then you
back
polish
into
it off with
Rumble.
Mania
Yep.
and Rumble, and it's just like. And I think the problem is the grade of the matches though too. Like if they were like better, I guess it wouldn't be so bad.
Yep.
But some of these matches were just. So let's get in. Let's get into the results. We're gonna go start Saturday's SummerSlam. No, it was Saturday the first day. Yeah. Okay, you know we got Leo Sky, and Liv Morgan.
I'm happy with the result. I am not an Io Sky fan at all.
Not me either.
She might be a great wrestler, but like the hokey pointing and not being able to cut a promo because English isn't her first language. I understand the Japanese are great wrestlers. Shout out Uncle Ben. Like he loves Japanese wrestling. It's just not something I've ever gotten into. And it's because of the language barrier. Like, if you can't cut a promo and talk me into watching the match, then I'm not going to watch the match. So,
hand gestures aren't going to do it. Like,
yeah, it's so but that translates not only to the women. Like, I was never into like Shinsuke Nakamura. I didn't catch the whole Kenny Omega wave when he was in Japan either. So like, yeah, I don't know. You got to talk me into watching the match, and the Japanese girl isn't going to talk me into anything. So
agreed. Like I said, I agree with you on the outcome. I love Liv Morgan. I think she's one of the top girls out there.
She's great. It's I don't know. That's a whole nother topic of like, she's 110 pounds. She's beautiful. She's a great worker, but you have to draw me in a 110-pound girl versus another 110-pound girl in a fight. It doesn't I don't know, doesn't draw me in. I'm very Jim Cornette in my approach to women's wrestling. So
No, I'd agree. But like I said, the outcome was fine.
yeah,
With her though, so there's 110 pounds. You're saying the size, there's believable So okay, just when you put up the comparison of Liv and Leo, when I watch Liv, I see a more believable, and maybe it's because of the lack of translation and the lack of understanding. Again, I'm not a Japanese wrestling fan. Uncle Ben will be far superior in that category than I'll ever be. It looks more believable.
Yep.
Than she does, and so I give the match. We'll grade the matches as we go. So let's go 1 to 5. 5 being a banger, 1 being a hanger.
I call it a 2.
Yeah, I'd go 2.5.
I would call the match 2. Bertha Faye.
We'll send you Piper Platinum.
And once again, it's nothing against all Japanese, because they have a strong style where they do hit harder than American wrestlers. They wrestle that strong style, but you have to be able to draw me in and sell me the match, promo me the match. And if you don't speak the native language that I'm used to, then it's just hard for me to get into. So
you're starting to sound a little racist against our Asian brothers.
I might be. I don't know.
Oh yeah!
Now you're just prefacing look, I'm not racist. I have an Asian friend.
That's right. Yeah, I've eaten Asian food before.
I love fried rice. All right, we're gonna go to this men's 6-man tag team match. You got LA Knight, Solo, and Royce versus Jacob and the Usos.
You go first.
Oh, I want to be an Uso fan, because they have so much potential, but they're lazy.
Yep.
And I don't care if they're in a 6-man, a 48-man tag match, every match of theirs looks the same. It is just the same match over and over and over.
I was pulling up the cards that way I could follow along.
Not a fan of the 6-man to begin with, anyways. But I think, you don't have a good tag team division, but you're throwing 6-man tags around. But with the Usos, it's just they're just god awful lazy. It's just and you're wasting a guy like LA Knight and Solo and Jacob. The match was okay. Outcome is, Jacob and the Usos lost, so it's not something I'm going to go to sleep and be dreaming of the match. It's another 2. I give it a 2.
Yeah, David, you're right. Yeah, I'd probably agree. I will admit that I was cooking dinner and I had a pork butt on the smoker, and I used this match. I caught some of it, but I also used it to go check on the grill. I didn't even know Solo was a babyface. I had no idea. I always thought he was a heel.
I just found it out too.
Yeah, maybe in this instance he was an instant babyface, but the participants are great. Besides it, I'm not a Uso guy, but Fatu's great. LA Knight's great. Solo is okay in his role, and then I haven't seen much of. I'm still going to call him Powerhouse. I'm not going to call him Royce. Same as the first match. Kind of the throw in. Both of these 2 matches could have been on the pre-show, or it could have been on Monday night or Friday night.
Yeah, and then we're gonna go to the 6-man women's tag again. Another. You don't have a tag team division, but you're putting a tag team together, and you got the Fatal Influence beating the Bella Twins and Paige. And again, the Bella Twins, I don't know if they're heel or face or not. They turn on Paige again. So, you know, that was coming. But it's sleeper. It was a bathroom match.
Yep, 5-finger stinker.
So when I got back, I seen Paige getting beat up. I was like, oh, that again. So
I did see the spot where Brie got hurt when she was laying on the stairs and that girl did like a flip and hit her. I thought it hit her face more, but it must have hit her shoulder more. And man, she cracked her scapula, her shoulder blade, like crazy. So she'll be out for a while. But yeah, it's a 1-star it's a 1-star.
Yeah, I agreed. And it's funny, you know, we're talking about the 2-day. Like, if you take the first 3 matches, I know the women's match was a world title match, Liv, but if you really could have just did away with them or squeezed Liv on a Sunday.
Yeah,
and
or the other two could be pre-show, like 2 6-man match or 2 6-person matches. That's a perfect pre-show.
Then after that great women's 6-man, we go to Cody Rhodes versus I Poop Myself Punk.
Did we confirm that was poop or was it sweat?
I'm gonna roll with poop, but
okay.
You know, I'll give it to him anyways.
Yep.
I remember the story Stone Cold talked about when Yoko did the Yoko splash on him and he crapped himself.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But the match was a typical Cody CM Punk match. Saturday's matches to me were like going to the dentist and getting the shot. You know it's coming.
Yeah.
You're just getting numbed out. So, you know, you got Punk defeating Cody. And nothing memorable. Nothing. It's another 2, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'd bump it up a little bit from the first 2 at least. Because, you at least had star power, right?
Hey, the grade of the guys. It was a 2. Like, it was a 2.
Yeah, I would go 2.5 on this one. I know Kev in the back. He's not a Punk guy. I like CM Punk. I think Cody is pretty good. I'm not like a fan of some of his moves, like the Cody Cutter. What's up, Doza? What's up, buddy?
Go Dozer.
Like the Cody Cutter looks too fake. Like if Ethan, if you and I get in a fight, the last thing I'm going to do is run over to your chair and try to give you a cutter. Like, sell me on the fight.
You know what's worse than the Cody Cutter? Is CM Punk's finisher.
Everybody kicks out of it, so it's pretty bad.
But it's just like, if you look at it, the way it's executed, it's just, I even forget what it's called.
GTS. Go to sleep.
Yeah, it's no impact. It's
yeah. But I do have to say, like, he's not one of these green guys that every time he gave it on that knee, he sold it. He didn't forget that his knee hurt, like, because he's a seasoned veteran and he remembers he's selling a leg. So I would bump it to, I would do 2.5 or 3 stars for that match, just when you compare it to the others so far.
I'd agree. I'd bump it up a little. And then we get the Hell in a Cell match. Why do we have so many Hell in a Cell matches? Because they're not like they used to be.
But this was a good scenario for one, I think.
Very good scenario to lock 2 beasts in the cage. And you have Oba versus Brock. Brock's maybe Swanton again. Maybe. You might. But I like Oba.
Yeah.
He's got a bright future. I did discover his Oba walk was stolen.
Oh, from Urkel?
Steve Urkel.
That's right. Shout out Urkel.
I will post it later. Urkel actually started the Oba walk, so
Mhm.
we can dispel that. Oba reminds me of a more and I love my Ultimate Warrior, but he reminds me of a more talented Ultimate Warrior. He's got a little more wrestling in him than the Warrior had. But I mean, you see glimmers of it. He's shaking the ropes and it just things like that. You're just like, okay, but I like him match wise.
Technically, Hell in a Cell because the top was on.
Make the blue cage great again.
Yeah.
Match wise, good match, especially for two guys that size. Enjoyed it. It was probably the match of the night. Was the match of the night.
Yeah, absolutely.
I give it a 6.5. Or no,
Out
we're
of
going
10.
5. So I give it about
Yep.
we're going out of 5. I'm gonna go about a 4. A solid 4.
Yeah, I'm about there. The only thing I would take out is the tombstone. Like, I don't think it made Oba like look bigger or look stronger. Like he won, that made him, and he beat Lesnar. That's your strong look.
I thought it was kind of more of an what's the word? Homage to Taker and what
It
Taker did for
was.
him.
It was, but like, I don't think it needed to be on the wood. And I'm such a Brock guy. Like, I love Brock Lesnar. He's on my Mount Rushmore. Like, if he's not on my Mount Rushmore, he's tied with Kurt Angle. Like, I love them both, but I feel like these past couple years he's looked weak. Like he gave Oba 5 F5s and he kicked out. Like, this is Brock Lesnar. And so, but like, it was the match of the night, but I don't think it did any of them a huge service. Oba should have won, but I would have taken out the tombstone. That's the only thing I would have changed about it.
It didn't have the shock factor of Brock beating Taker at Mania. I think that's what they're going for.
Yeah, you're right, Doza.
And I think it missed. I think
Pat McAfee.
He did. I didn't.
So Brock was on the Pat McAfee show today. Once again, one of Kev's favorite people.
I love Pat.
He announced his retirement. Yep. He said he was 49. He's done with wrestling. He's done with any combat sport. He's done with it all. He just wants to hunt and live his life.
Well, he got a big old spread, man. His ranch.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's good for him. Again, when you can walk away and you're fulfilled. Like, again, he was one of the most feared MMA fighters out there, and then he transitions to the WWE and becomes one of the greats. I mean, do you put him in that great category?
He's on my Mount Rushmore. Name another wrestler who could actually beat him.
Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah. Once again, we go back to our favorite Pat McAfee, but I think he describes Brock Lesnar the best. He says he's the alpha male of our species. If an alien invasion happens, who do you call? You call Brock Lesnar, because he will beat the crap out of those aliens. So.
And it's funny that you say that, because there's really only a few humans on this planet. There's only a few humans on this planet that you would like, that I would call like. And if you look at Brock's one of those guys that, like, if I was in a bar fight and it was me and somebody else versus the bar, I'm taking Brock.
Yeah.
But then there's the guy that's like, and Dana White said this: if you lock two people in a room and expect and only one's coming out, he's like 10 out of 10 times is John Jones.
Yeah.
And
you never know.
That's another one, is like, so like I mean it's gonna be me, Brock, and John Jones, and I'm gonna sit there with my rifle. Like, you guys. But now it's cool that you can walk away. Like, I watched some of his YouTube, and is hunting and stuff like that, man, that guy likes to grill, man.
Yeah.
That guy likes to grill. Hey, shout out Primal Seer, man. I subbed to his channel.
Yeah.
Cool, those ribs he cooked the other day. Woo.
Yeah,
Man.
I was texting Rodney Primal Seer during my pork butt, like just to make sure I was getting it right, and he was giving me all sorts of tips. So, yeah, I don't see him in the chat today, but I'm sure he'll watch it. So shout out Rodney Primal Seer.
So as we finish up Saturday, so what do we give Saturdays? You know, as a whole,
Oof.
1 to 5.
Yeah. I think I had set a 5 out of 10, so 2.5.
So if you excuse the Brock match out of this, I'm giving it a 1. I think Brock and Obi brought it up to about a 2.5.
I would go higher than a 1 only because we may have talked about this, but it was still better than WrestleMania.
Oh, that's not hard. That's not a hard feat anymore.
Yeah, so if WrestleMania was a 1, then I would go like a 1.5 or 2. It was barely better. I mean, I think Backlash was better than this, and this is SummerSlam, dude. This is your second biggest show. I don't get it.
And don't get me wrong. That's the other thing is it's hard to like keep up with wrestling because they're on so many different like. So what's Monday Night Raw on? What's it playing on?
Netflix, and I don't watch weekly either. So that could be why I'm so disconnected in some of these rivalries and storylines and stuff.
And then what's SmackDown play on?
Is SmackDown still on network TV? It went to USA. I think
so.
SmackDown
Whatever you got
went
to have
USA.
to subscribe to USA.
Yeah, Netflix, and then call it YouTube TV.
And then now you have to have ESPN to watch the premium lives.
It is now on. Like, you get it free now with YouTube TV, which is how I was able to watch it.
So, again, I have to subscribe to YouTube TV because I don't have cable. And the only way I can watch local football games is with, like, YouTube TV or Hulu TV. So, I'll resubscribe. But, so, like, for me, when I go to watch the premium lives, I just sign up for a VPN for the week.
Yeah.
And use Netflix. It's just kind of the easiest.
And when I tried that, I feel like every time it either put me in a country that didn't support my VPN. Well, it never supported my plan because, like, we have the cheapest plan just because the kids mostly watch it. And so, the VPN never supported my Netflix plan, so I could never do that. It never works.
Well,
you know, so that's how we go there. So now we're gonna cruise into night 2.
Yeah.
Night 2 SummerSlam was better overall. I didn't really have the only match I kind of. This probably might make anything with Sammy lately that's not Bloodline related. Like I just don't want a part of. So we get into this undisputed championship fatal 4-way, the number 1 contender match. So you have the return of Kevin Owens.
I was shocked.
Versus Sami Zayn, Finn Balor, and another surprise entrance, Gunther.
Another 4-way, which we thought was another 3-way, but it was a 4-way. I feel like we're eating Skyline over here.
I'm just not a Kevin Owens guy.
Me either. Me either.
He reminds me of somehow Stone Cold Steve Austin and Bret Hart had an illegitimate child, but he has like the mannerisms of Stone Cold, but like the cupcakeness of Bret Hart. Like that's just him. It's just.
I mean, I agree with Doza. Comment like his return was one of the best things of the both nights. That still doesn't make me a huge Kevin Owens fan, but I like him better than most modern wrestlers because he's a bigger guy, so he doesn't do a lot of flippy flops. So he kind of keeps it in a traditional wrestling sense, but
And I can dig that. That. You know, and that's the thing is like, I know I'm missing the boat on Kevin Owens, but I'm just not a fan. It's just he's just not one of those guys that like. That was the same way Bret Hart was for me.
Yeah,
Bret Hart was. I know he's a great wrestler, and I know he's fun to watch, but he just doesn't tickle my pickle.
yeah. I mean, I understand why they gave him the win. Like now he can face Punk, and you have that whole history of ROH and all that, hoping that most of your fan base or audience even knows about that. So I'm sure the promos will be great. I'm sure the match will be good. I still would like to see Gunther win, but as long as the other two didn't win, that's fine.
No, I'll take that. I'll take that 100%.
But yeah, given the pop, given the return, because I was shocked. I was even shocked when Gunther was added in. I'm like, oh yeah, now we're going. Like these two little 160-pound dudes aren't going to win. We got Gunther. But then Kevin Owens winning. It was okay. I'll go 3.5. That's probably the highest score I've given so far, which is shocking for a 4-way match.
I kick it down to the 2.5. That's where I'm at. Mid 4-way match. I know you had the return, but it wasn't abysmal. I don't know what they're doing with Gunther. I think after his IC reign, they just kind of don't have a clue.
We were just talking
about your ribs, bro.
Yeah. We had Ethan watch your video, subscribe. Shout out Primal Seer. Yep.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to Gunther after the IC reign. I mean, the championship reign was okay, but that dude's like a IC champion. He's a United States champion. That's where he needs to be.
It's just TKO took over. They were giving him the push out of this world, and then when they took over, they just threw him on the back burner. He had such momentum going. So,
no, I got a message from my 3D printer.
Oh, I was looking at the card, switching cards, switching days.
I'm printing a 5'4" Spider-Man.
Nice.
I figured I got the time. He mounts on the wall, which is pretty gnarly. He mounts on the wall like that.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That's so awesome.
Okay, back to SummerSlam and what we're doing. Sorry. All right, so next match, you got the United States match. Baron Corbin versus Trick Williams.
Yeah, it's kind of the same thing as the last match. Like Kevin Owens returned, and now he's getting a title shot. Baron Corbin returned, and now he won a title. Like, let's build these people back up. Like, Kevin Owens could get hurt again in a month, and then he's back out, but he's got a title shot, and he just won a match on SummerSlam. I don't know. Catch too much in this match? Yeah, about 2.5. Yeah, we're not. Dave Meltzer would be very not proud of our scores here.
Just not a Corbin fan. Just not. Trick Williams fine. I think they're underutilizing Trick Williams.
Baron Corbin is a former Indianapolis Colt, if that tells you anything about how athletic he can be. Not very much.
Then we get to the next match. We get to this interim WWE Championship ladder match. Again, I'm just going to read the names of this match. And you have Chelsea Green, Tiffany Stratton, Jade Cargill, Charlotte Flair, and the Lash Legends. And there's so much wasted talent in there on one ladder match. I'm sorry, I'm going to sound sexist, but there should be no female ladder matches.
Nope.
They're just shitting.
Yeah, they're shitting. But I agree with Kevin's comment. I am very happy with the outcome. I think Chelsea Green Charlotte Flair is great. She's a great wrestler. But Chelsea Green was the next best wrestler in that. And if you and I can't have Rhea Ripley be the champion, I'm okay with Chelsea Green being the champion. If it wasn't for Gunther and Aldis, this would have been my match of the night. just because I like the outcome.
Did we miss the match? We did miss that match.
That's okay.
We got to go back to that match. Yeah, no, not unhappy with the outcome. I like Chelsea. I mean, Tiffy, I like Tiffy for what she is.
Yep.
Jade, I think
I
if
forgot
she
about
can
her.
just, again, continue to progress in her wrestling, man, that chick's just got so much potential.
I don't think
Charlotte.
it's going to happen. I don't think if Jade ain't got it by now, I don't know.
I'm pegging her as the female Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah. Looks great.
But without
body's a
but
million
without
bucks.
without the flair. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I mean, match was okay.
No, go ahead. Yeah.
Again, I go back to the no ladder matches for women. I just don't. Ladder matches and cage matches for me just don't suit the style of women they have for the bulk of the women they have.
It's that and like why did you need a ladder match? Like, was somebody in the previous 8 weeks attacked with a ladder? Was something hung from like what involved? Why did you involve the ladder? Like, it's the same with the Hell in a Cell. Like, these two people are fighting in the parking lot, fighting in the back, fighting through the crowd. You need to conceal them in that cage so they are stuck. Like, where did the ladder come from for this ladder match? Like, I don't know.
Like you're saying, even if you had two beasts, like you had Brock and Oba, and you put them in the Hell in a Cell, that's fine. If you got two beastly women like you got Ray and Jade going at it, okay, I can understand that. But don't have Leo Sky and Liv Morgan in a cage. It's just not. Yeah. It's just not there for me.
I'll give it a 3 just for the outcome. Like I said, the right person won. I didn't watch Raw, so I don't know if she was on there or not. But I can't wait to hear promos because I think she's a good talker and I like her husband. So I give it a 3.
Agreed. I agree. Due to the outcome, I like Chelsea, so I go 3. Okay, so this next match.
Did you see the post match where the Michael Hayes thing?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So everybody can go back and watch that if they want. It was a good dig.
So this guy I despised.
Let's go back to the match we missed, night 1. First.
Oh yeah, let's go back to the Nick Aldis match.
That was match of the night for me.
Nick Aldis Gunther. That was probably the match of SummerSlam.
Yep.
Aldis, forget how talented that guy is.
So good. And $1 million body, man.
Oh yeah.
Such a shape.
He's got the whole package, and it's just like match was good. Gunther gave him a run. I honestly, I'd probably go that at about a 4.5.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with a 4. Yeah, once again, it was match of the whole 2 nights for me. It was a wrestling match. Like, nobody flying all over the place, no flippy flops. Everything was hard hitting. You had 2 great wrestlers, 2 former world champions. This was match of the both nights for me. So
I would love to see more Nick Aldis in the future.
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to happen. I just wonder if he was trying to. I don't know why they got him to come back. I'm glad they did.
It almost had like a send-off vibe to me in a way. Like when the match ended, I was like
he joined WWE and became, the general manager or whatever. He's like, man, I want one match. And they gave it to him at a SummerSlam against the best heel in the company. So you can't, if that is a send-off, you can't ask for a better one.
Yeah, so that was just a vibe I picked up. I don't know if anybody else picked it up, but that's kind of how I thought about it. But now, again, that was that was match of SummerSlam. Okay, now we were back to this is a guy I hated. Came in, I hated the gimmick. I hated everything. And now I've grown to love it.
Oh,
So you
God.
got Danhausen versus Dom Mysterio. I'm
By the
such a go ahead.
I'm gonna have to. I said, by the way, I'm gonna have to change my name from Stone Cold to King of Pork Steve, like Primal Seer said. Yeah, King of Pork. Yeah, go ahead with the match. Sorry, I
I'm-
just saw in the comments.
No, you're good. You're good, brother. I'm a big Dom fan. I love Dom.
Yeah.
He's like the Miz to me. The
I like
Miz
The
just
Miz.
seems like that a company guy.
Most people hate The Miz. I like The Miz.
I like the Miz. You know, I remember watching the Miz from the Real World.
Yeah, him and
And
Theo. Theo Von was Road Rules, but yeah, same era.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just him running around the house, pretending to be the Miz, pissing off all of his roommates. You know, but with Dom, he has the.
Yeah, I mean he's got the Kofi Kingston body, that's for sure.
Well, he's not like Orange Cassidy is bad, but
Yeah.
again with Dom, he's a guy that can mold the crowd and work the crowd, and it's so believable. And then this Danhausen just, I don't know why he just started growing on me, and just started working, and the curse and the little Danhausens and just at least it's become something refreshing because at least it's different.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw something on Twitter where he was like he didn't bring the AAA belt because he didn't want to lose while holding a belt or whatever, even though it was a non-title match. He wore like old gear. He didn't like have like some special SummerSlam gear. Like Dom was out of it. And like I like Danhausen too. I think he's funny. To bring up Jim Cornette again. I listen to his show when I drive. I'm about a month behind, and so this is during like NBA Finals, and Brian Last, the co-host, he's like, I love Danhausen, but try explaining Danhausen to somebody. Like, how do you explain Danhausen? They're like, oh, he's in WWE. Oh, so he's a wrestler? Not really. And like, how do you explain Danhausen's role to somebody that doesn't watch?
But I mean, but again, eras wise, though, we had Doink and Dink.
Yeah.
We had the gobbledygooker.
Yeah.
Let's go back. We had the oddities. Remember ICP and the oddity?
Yeah.
So we've had those gimmicks, and at least it's something like you can laugh at, ingest, and just know that it's corny and it's at least something like different.
And I've loved every time, whether it was like cameo or whether it was like an interview or if he was talking on something, and he always said human monies. So I love that they got that on a pay-per-view, human monies.
Yeah.
So
two-star
match.
2-star match. Yeah, you got Danhausen defeating Dom, and they throwing around the money, which was hilarious, and
Yep.
No problem. So we go from the Danhausen match and the pole match to the Intercontinental Championship match. You got
Okay, I
Chad
forgot about this
Gable.
one.
You got Chad Gable versus Penta.
I'm not a Penta fan. Once again, I'm not a modern wrestling fan. I'm very old school, like grounded. I'm not a big fan of high flyers. Like even when like Shawn Michaels was flying around, I'm more of a fan of it now because of what I'm used to. But back then, I wasn't a huge fan of the high flyers and the luchas. This was right up there of like match of SummerSlam. I like this one.
It was a good match. I'm not like you said. I'm with you. I'm not a high flyer guy. Back in the day, high flyer for me was Sting doing that belly splash off the turnbuckle.
Yeah,
That was good enough for me.
or like Macho
But no,
doing the double axe handle or an elbow, like and not the flippy flop stuff. Yeah.
But no, the match was solid. Again, Chad Gable is a talented guy. Penta is a talented guy. The match is what it is for me. I go 3.5.
Yeah, I don't know if I put this up there with the Gunther Aldis match. I don't know if I'd give it a 4. I'm probably right with you at 3.5. But I love Chad Gable. He's similar style to like Brock Lesnar. He's just not as big. A lot of suplexes, a lot of old school wrestling. Love the mask versus mask match he had in Mexico. Like, that was one of the best matches I've seen in a long time. Yeah, so 3.5 or 4. You could go either way with this one. This was right up there with the Gunther Aldis match for me.
Yep. So I mean, after that, so we get to what was billed the match of the night, or the match of SummerSlam, the World Heavyweight Championship, Roman Reigns, versus Seth Rollins.
It was the match for 4 nights. That's how long it lasted.
I'm going to go back to saying this again. Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins, their matches are all the same. They're the Usos. They're the Usos of the singles. It's Superman punch, spear, misses Superman punch, misses spear, kick out. Rollins with the curb stomp, misses a curb stomp, kick out. Referee gets hit, rinse and repeat. Always.
Yep.
They need to keep Seth Rollins and Roman far apart.
Or on a team. Keep them that close where they're not fighting each other.
Which leads me to, I got a question. How do you save, so they destroyed the Bloodline. The Bloodline had a great thing going, and then they destroyed the Bloodline. How do you save men's singles wrestling right now? Because you figure Roman has no real path. Cody has no real path. CM Punk has no real path. None of your main guys have a real path.
And besides Cody, these are all older guys too. Like, they could be on their last leg.
At this point, you need to start, because what I feel like they're doing is like they're turning like Braun Breaker, into Braun Strowman, where he just runs around the ring, gives a spear, and runs out.
Yep.
Like, I want to see LA Punk feud with CM Punk. LA Knight feud with CM Punk.
Yeah, that'd be great. LA Knight's so good, man.
He is so good.
They just won't give it to him. They'd rather give it to Sami Zayn.
Go against the grain. I want to see Danhausen fuck with Roman.
I think
how hilarious would that be?
I think LA Knight and Roman's a good feud if they go the right way. Like, if Sami Zayn can get his shot, then LA Knight should get his shot.
Make it funny. Use Danhausen. You know, I mean, can you imagine the annoyance Danhausen would be for the Bloodline or Roman or whatever?
What names he'd come up with?
You know, come out dressed like The Rock. Just poke fun at it. Like, if you're not going to have a direction, let's have some fun at least.
Yep.
So overall,
this match
SummerSlam.
This match went way too long for me. I am not a Seth guy. Like, he is the true epitome of a modern wrestler, and that's just not what I enjoy watching, which is why I still watch all the old stuff whenever I want to watch wrestling. I think the curb stomp is a terrible finisher. The Superman punch is even worse, because even in UFC it doesn't really work. I like Roman. I don't know. He just got an aura about him that I like. He seems like a superstar, but I don't know. It's hard for stuff to be believable for me with Roman, but I can't stand Seth. I know Nick Carnival and I were having this conversation the other day. I can't stand Seth. I think he's awful.
So okay, so I'm going to pose a question to you. I'm locking you in your room right now. You got 10 hours to come up with a viable story, a feud, anything to happen to Roman. You got to come up with what direction Roman's coming in. Where does he go? What does he do?
I'll let you know in 10 hours, man. I have no idea.
So I look at it like this: like if I'm Triple H right now and I sit down and I start looking at, you remember that game back in the day? I forget the name of it, where the game board had all kinds of different people, and you had to like, hey, does your guy have gray hair? Does your guy have?
We have it.
Remember that game?
Guess who?
Yes. So I got all my WWE roster on the Guess Who board right now, right? And my first one I pop up is Roman. What do I do with Roman? As a fan, as a business person, as everything, well, yeah, that's number one, get rid of writers. And stop using AI for your storylines. I look like we need to start finishing up some stuff. We didn't finish the Bloodline stuff. It didn't get finished. How do we finish this? You pony up and you call The Rock and be like, look, I don't care what it costs. You're on a plane to fucking tomorrow to whatever event it's going to be. And this is what it's going to be. And it's going to take you 2 months to finish the storyline. We'll sign the check later. Get on the fucking plane. Finish it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't leave it the wet dream.
I mean, you have your bloodline back. You have the Usos. You got rid of Solo, and now you have Jacob, which is a better fit for that role, like the enforcer role. And you have Roman with a title. He's so much better as a heel than he is a babyface. And he's in that role of the leader of the bloodline, or just that cocky, my family, the history, I'm the lead. Like, he's good in that role, which is why the bloodline worked. And now, you, like I said, you have a better fit with Jacob than you do with Solo. I think The Rock makes it better just to make them power heels. I'm with you so far.
You don't even have to have The Rock wrestle a full spread. Have him be that guy. Have him be like,
the Paul Heyman.
It's not because I'm drinking, but I had a terrible idea. Terrible idea. Can you imagine Danhausen showing up at the High Chief Peter Maivia's grave? And it's like, you're cursed. But then Roman, then The Rock starts getting sick or you're whatever. I'm just spitballing, but have The Rock be the enforcer. Have Rock be that High Chief. If he wants to be the tribal king, the tribal chief, let him be. And let them all jockey for position and thinking what they want.
Put Danhausen in that Sammy role. The comedy oos, like honorary oos. I mean, I'm sure the names he could come up with, for Romano Reigns or Ray Romano Reigns or the Uso, I'm sure he could come up with some funny stuff.
Because I was just looking back at man, we had Big Boss Man dragging Big Show's dad's coffin through a cemetery, and Brian Pillman holding a gun, waiting for Stone Cold to show up at his house. If we got to get a little raunchy with it, let's get a little raunchy with it then. You know what I mean? Something to put some entertainment back into it, because your matches aren't holding water.
Yeah. But to answer your question earlier, a 3. I think a 3 out of, not even out of 5. I would go 3 or 4 out of 10.
I'm with you.
Yeah, it's definitely not a 5 out of 10 for me. So I would go 3 or 4 out of 10. I don't know, saying 1.5 or 2 just seems low, but it's the same.
It's a disservice.
Yeah.
So that's the it's our adventures at SummerSlam this year, man. We'll hope for a better. What's next? What is next? Well, I know it's supposed to be Survivor Series, but there's something in between.
Yeah, there'll be 3 or 4 in between. So who knows what's coming up? But Yeah, everybody in the comments, thanks for chiming in and letting us know
With
your
that, we
thoughts
got
and doing the poll. So
yes.
yeah,
With that, we got to do what you do best, Steve.
that's right. You're watching Stone Cold Steve, King Pork Steve, and Big Easy on the broadcast on the Dab Network.
No matter the distance, the difference, or the issue, once a brother, always a brother.
That's right. You're watching the broadcast right here on the Dab Network. Check out the broadcast at the Podcast Broadcast Show on YouTube. And check us out every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, locked, loaded, and ready to go. And don't forget to bring your favorite drink. Also, check out on the Dab Network, Spanning the Globe podcast every Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern on the Wide World of Belts YouTube page. And don't forget the King Double Dropkick podcast, hitting you hard every Saturday night, 8 p.m. Eastern. Check it out this week with the master of Lego belt making, Luke Bradley, this Saturday at special time, 4 p.m. Eastern. Check it out. Now back to our guys, Ethan and Stone Cold Steve.
Oh yeah!
That show Saturdays would be awesome, man. I love that guy's work.
Can't wait to be a part of it, man.
Yeah.
You know that I want to ask him, like, are you a cheater? Because you see there's actual like websites now where you can like take pictures of your Legos and then like it'll like separate them all and then it'll let you know what you can make out of them all.
Oh, no, I had no idea.
Some like crazy AI stuff, like just crazy, but it's gonna be a fun show. You know, with that being said, you know, we're gonna segue into a little bit of a little NFL.
Okay.
And part of that segue is I recently discovered Prize Picks.
Oh, yeah, you did. That's right.
I've won $250 in the last few days on Prize Picks on shit that I have no idea. I was betting on backgammon.
Man, Ethan's doing better in life with no job than any.
Yo, I'm telling you right now, bro. Thank God, like, you know, he's finally hearing me or something.
Yeah.
But I wanted to peek around the site because NFL season's coming, and I'm an NFL connoisseur. I'm so NFL, like, you know, when we had NFL Europe, I was NFL Europe. Like, Ryan fired my team, you know, just that's how it was. And, you know, the NFL coming up, I'm like, man, be fun to have a little action on the game every here and there, you know, just see what on some of these bets you can put $25 in and you'll win $900 if you're right.
That's crazy.
$1,000.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You know, you can flex play it where if you get like 4 out of 6, you win X amount of money. 5 out of 6, you win X amount of money, and then obviously 6 out of 6, you win the most.
I've heard it advertised, but I've never used Prize Picks before. So,
dude, check out the app, bro. Just watch it.
Yeah.
And like, so what I do is I watch people that like win a lot that are on hot streaks, and you can actually go to their profile and see some of these people are winning like $60,000, $80,000 a month. So I'm like, yo, if they're like, I'm just doing the Nancy Pelosi thing and just copying what they're winning on, and just copying, because it's like, so like if you're a baseball guy, you can be like, yo, that Yankees pitcher never has more than 4.5 strikeouts. Don't want to bet that he has over or under 4.5 strikeouts, and you make the bet. And that ChatGPT actually is a very valuable asset to that because it'll analyze the analytics for you too. Yes, and gamble responsibly. If you can't afford it or anything like that, or you have an addictive personality, please make sure you don't get started.
Shout out producer. That was good.
But with that, NFL season, we are this way. Hall of Fame games Thursday.
Dude, it's insane. It's coming up so fast.
Bro, I can't wait. Except for
I can wait.
my Niners are already falling apart.
My Colts were never put together, so at least you're falling apart.
So we got Mike Evans that we signed. That's out with a quad injury. We got Nick Bosa coming back for his torn ACL. We got the whole Brandon Ayuk debacle. Fred Warner broke our running backs, 3 of our running backs' ribs during practice. Yeah, it's gonna be a doozy, but man, just I wish football was year round.
I've heard of underdogs too, I feel like.
Underdogs are always good. I always bet against Angel Reese-Stokes too, because I hate her. But NFL, how's your Colts looking?
Not good, man. I'm predicting. Should I be generous? 5-win season, 6-win season. That's my prediction. Like, we play some good teams. I'm sure we'll split a couple that we played 2 or 3 times, but I mean, like Jacksonville, I'm sure they'll kill us at least once. Tennessee, they'll beat us. Like, just your normal stuff. I'm guessing. Yeah, I'm with Rodney. I like my Irish better than my Colts this year, so I'm rolling with college. But, yeah, I'll still watch every game. I'll still play fantasy football, so I'll still be into it. But I'm thinking, like, 4 to 7 wins for the Colts this season. So definitely no playoffs, no big deal. So
it's going to come down to Niners staying healthy. If they can stay healthy, I think we have a good season. We travel a lot of miles this year, bro. We opened up in Australia.
Wild.
And so it's like, but you got some of these guys that are rehabbing. Like, I've never seen somebody rehab off an Achilles the way George Kittle has.
Yeah.
Tore his Achilles, albeit. So I learned a thing that when you tear your Achilles, there's a tear on the upper and a lower. The lower is the worst of the tear. The upper is the better of the tear because it's closer to like the veins or whatever. It's closer to.
The upper you can sew it back together and it'll reattach. The lower you're attaching it to bone and you have to hope it takes back to the bone like the attachment site. So if it doesn't take well, it could just rip again. Where when you're sewing those fibers back together, it's almost like a cut on your arm. You may have a little scar, but it grows back better than if you're reattaching something to the bone.
So as of 3 weeks ago, he was already running 19 miles an hour.
Nice. Wow.
Deadlifting 650 pounds. And I'm just like, he tore his Achilles in December.
Yeah, it's all that tequila, man. It must work.
Well, so him, he got smart. Him, Christian McCaffrey, and Trent Williams bounced out of the country and went and kept getting stem cell treatments. Because we have stem cell treatments here, but they're not like stem cell treatments in like South America. So we'll take. I learned a bunch about this, which is crazy. So like when you're a kid and you cut yourself, your skin regenerates at X number of speed. You might make 100,000 skin cells a day, but as you get older, blood flow, everything affects it. So where at 10 years old, you might regenerate at 100,000 skin cells a day, to where when you're my age, it's maybe 5 or 10,000. So what they did was, we have too many legalities here. They take blank human embryos, baby fetuses.
Yeah.
And extract the cells from these embryos. And when you inject them into the areas of that are bad, they attach in a way where you're healing like you're a 9-year-old. That's like Dan Bilzerian. Dan Bilzerian had multiple heart attacks, massive heart attacks. So he flies out of the country every 6 months and goes and gets stem cells put in his heart.
I've heard about that. Or like the blood cycling and stuff that they can do too.
It is so wild that like the whole red light therapy. I never heard of red light therapy until recently.
Okay, I've heard of that,
but so you get the whole red light therapy, the stem cell therapy, and all these kind of different things. Hyperbaric chamber's been around for a long time, which is another.
Yeah.
I've heard sleeping in a hyperbaric chamber is like the best sleep you'll ever imagine.
I mean, so many celebrities and athletes have bought in them. So.
All right, let me see. Let me pull up my divisions here so I can.
Same here. But anytime I think stem cells are brilliant, but it always reminds me, there's an episode of Family Guy where Peter has a stroke and he walks into a stem cell clinic and he walks out normal. He's like, why the hell aren't we funding this? The United States don't want people to get better. They want you to get sick. Yeah.
There's no money in cures.
That's right. Money's in the mess.
Because I went on this rabbit hole after I started researching like all the stem cells and stuff like that. And the level of intellect that these scientists have these days is just so wild. Like there was a girl in Minnesota, I think the University of Minnesota was doing the study. She was on her deathbed, stage 4 leukemia. Doctor comes in, was like, yo, tells his parents, like, look, we're going to give your child the last rites, but there's a doctor here that wants to try an experiment. Can't promise you anything. She's going to die. She might still die. Who knows what's going to happen? So what he did was the university, Minnesota, they took the human AIDS virus and they regrew it. And they
heard of this.
They genetically manipulated it to feed off of apparently there's a particular protein in your body that's only present when you have cancer. And that's what the cancer feeds off of.
I feel like I remember hearing about this. I don't know if I read about it or if it was you telling me about it one time, but I feel like I remember hearing something about this.
So what they did was they took this child and injected her with like 1,000 times the amount of virus that it would take to like give you the AIDS virus. And they're like, let's sit and wait. 6 weeks, she was back to school.
Wow.
Dude, I was like,
crazy.
Holy hell. But, as I digress, let's get to these divisions. So I pull up right now. I got the AFC. Let's just start with the AFC. Let's go down the line. We'll start with the AFC East.
Okay.
You got the Patriots, Bills, Dolphins, and Jets. Let's just go over this. This is their last year's record, so we can go over. So you had the Patriots at 14-3 last year, Bills at 12-5, Dolphins at 7-10, and the Jets at 3-14. What do you think that division looks like this year?
Got to go Bills. It's always tough to repeat after you're in a championship game, so I'm going Bills.
I'm going to go Bills, but I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be neck and neck. I think the Dolphins will probably be at the bottom of the food chain this year. They just lost. I think they just lost was it their GM or somebody else? They just lost.
I was waiting
So,
for
and
the
then-
boo. I was waiting for the boo in the background.
Oh no, he knows it's gonna happen. Sorry, so we're pretty consensus on that.
Be careful on that.
AFC AFC North, you got the Steelers, the Ravens, the Bengals, and the Browns. Records were 10-7 for the Steelers, 8-9 for the Ravens, 6-11 for the Bengals, and 5-12 for the Browns.
Who you got?
If Burrow can put it together, I'm a big Joe Burrow fan. I like the Bengals. I'm going to go with the Bengals and the Ravens and the Steelers and the Browns.
I was going to go Bengals too. I'm not the biggest Burrow fan. I think he's pretty soft, but he's talented. So I was leaning Bengals too if he could stay healthy.
His talent overrides the softness, I think. AFC South, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars at 13-4, the Houston Texans at 12-5, the Indianapolis Colts at 8-9, and the Tennessee Titans at 3-14.
Gotta go Jags. I gotta go Jags here. I mean, the Texans are okay until I saw C.J. Stroud going into training camp, and he looked. He just, I don't know. He came off chubby and
How
not
awful!
in shape to me.
How awful did he regress? Like last year was so bad.
You absolutely missed it, Nick. We didn't put you in last, I don't think, in the division.
No, you're above the Dolphins.
Yep. Your Jets are above the Dolphins.
I'm gonna take the Texans on this one.
Okay, I went Jags.
Actually, no, I'm gonna go
I like it,
Jaguars.
though.
I'm gonna go Jaguars because I've lost all the faith in CJ Stroud.
And
So then,
Trevor Lawrence is just coming into his own. He's getting pretty good.
I don't think he's as good as people lead him to be, but I think he's not bad. We got the Denver Broncos at 14-3. The Los Angeles Chargers at 11-6. The Chiefs at the 6-11 spot, which is where, and the Raiders at 3-14.
But I'm going to go Broncos. It seems easy.
I got to go Broncos too.
There's a video posted today of like glad everybody's healthy, and it was during the Chiefs practice, and Mahomes, he got spiked the ball, and there's a wide receiver making a cross cut, and he went to throw it to him, and that center went up to block, and that football just smacked him right in the back of the head. They're off. I mean, I know training camp just started, but
And that knee he's coming off of it was a pretty gruesome injury. So,
yep.
All right, so then we're gonna jump to the NFC. Excuse me.
Yep.
We're gonna go to the NFC East. You got the Philadelphia Eagles at 11-6, the Dallas Cowboys at 7-9, the Washington Commanders at 5-12, and the New York Football Giants at 4-13.
Who you got?
I think the Eagles take a step back this year. I think the Cowboys will win the division.
I'm going to switch it up. I was going to go Eagles, but I'm going to go Commanders. Like, they looked good in the beginning last year and even the year before, so maybe they pull it off.
Especially if they get Brandon Ayuk.
I hear he's available.
He's something. All right, so then we're going to jump to the NFC North. You got the Bears at 11-6, the Green Bay Packers at 9-7-1, Minnesota Vikings at 9-8, and the Detroit Lions at 9-8. This one's, I think this is probably the most open division.
Yeah, one of the tougher ones.
I could see the Lions bouncing back a little bit, but I don't think they have the defense to this year. I'm not a huge guy. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take the sleeper. I'm gonna take the Vikings.
Oh, okay. I was gonna go Lions, but I was gonna go Lions, but I think I'm gonna roll with the Bears. I think they ride the momentum. I hope I'm wrong. I'm not a Bears fan, but it's for Uncle Ben. I'm gonna take the Bears. Well, the Indiana Bears. So
Right.
yeah, we're rolling
So-
with the Indiana Bears.
Now we're at the NFC South. It's another division that's kind of
Yeah.
You got the Carolina Panthers at 8-9, the Bucks at 8-9, the Falcons at 8-9, and the Saints at 6-11.
Yep.
I take the Bucks on this one.
Yeah, it's time. The Bucks are good. It's time that they showed it. So I'm gonna roll with the Buccaneers too. A lot of talent there. Minus Mike.
A lot of talent. The division's going to be what it is. Ugh.
Last but not least.
Then you get to the NFC West. You have the defending Super Bowl champion Seattle Seahawks at 14-3. The Los Angeles, I just signed Myles Garrett Rams at 12-5. The San Francisco 49ers at 12-5. And then the Arizona Cardinals at 3-14.
We know who you got.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, the Seattle doesn't repeat.
No.
I think Seattle falls off.
And that's why I didn't pick the Pats either. When you make that title game, it's so hard to repeat. And I don't think they do it.
Not only that, I think they got rid of the wrong running backs. I didn't like all the moves they made this offseason. It's coming down to the Niners and Rams. It's going to be a health fest. It's going to be who's got the better treatment facility. Which, if I had to sneak it out, it's going to be the Rams, but I'm going to hold out hope for the 49ers. So my heart tells me the Niners. My brain tells me the Rams.
I'm going to go with your brain. I'm going to go the Rams.
Ideally, Myles Garrett gets injured, not that badly, but gets injured beginning of the season, struggles rest of the season, only has like 3 sacks. I can deal with that.
During football season, we need to have Nick on. He's good. He's a big
Yes,
football
you
guy.
do.
He'd be a
Now
good guest to
your
have on.
Super Bowl
Some football
picks.
talk.
Super Bowl picks.
Mm-hmm. Let's look. I don't mind that, Kev. I don't mind that.
I'm gonna go.
Ravens.
I'm going to go Buffalo Bills 49ers.
I don't know if the Bills make it to the Super Bowl this year.
Nope.
I'm going to go Rams. Man, I like that, Kev. I didn't pick the Ravens, but man, that's a good Super Bowl. Yeah, I'm going to go with it. Why not? I like it.
Not a Ravens guy. I'm not a Lamar Jackson guy.
Me either, but on paper, it doesn't sound bad.
They added in the O-line category. They got a beast running back, and they got a new wide receiver and a new safety. Look out!
Doesn't matter. Their quarter running back is going to get injured again, and
2-time MVP.
that MVP don't mean shit. Like, I'm sorry. No. Again, he's a fantastic athlete, and when you touch the ball every down on offense, it's easy to look a certain type of way when you as good of an athlete. He's not a Hall of Fame quarterback, and he's not a Hall of Fame running back. He's a Hall of Fame athlete. And it's just not my guy. Like, it's just
Throwing for 4,000 yards and 41 touchdowns. That's not nice.
We could keep going
She's
and
not-
going.
just not a guy. But I mean, so we got Primal with the Lions and Bills.
Don't mind
That's
that
wishful
either.
thinking of Lions.
I mean, they've made it in the past.
I think it's the year Goff gets injured. he's been a little too upright. It's been a while. Honestly, I think this year, you're going to see a lot of injuries. A lot. I'm not a fan of the offseason. I'm not a fan of how they manage the offseason. They don't build up callus on their body like they used to. 17 games is going to be a rarity for a lot of these guys these days.
I got a weird feeling it's gonna like be obvious. There's gonna be like so many teams here in the middle. There's gonna be like 2 or 3 up at the top, and then you're obviously like maybe 3 or 4 win teams down here at the bottom. But I feel like the middle's gonna be so packed that the upper echelon is gonna separate themselves, and then the lower echelon is gonna separate themselves. There's gonna be a lot of 500 teams or 0.6 win,
Yeah.
teams.
I can dig it.
But who are we?
I mean, with that,
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Bro Talk with Ethan Thompson for the last 2 minutes of the show.
I'm gonna pour myself a drink. You take it.
I went out dry, but now with that, I mean, I appreciate all you guys. Appreciate you guys coming in and chatting, man. It's just nice, man. It's nice to do the show, and we say it every week, but it's nice to decompress and just be able to talk about what you want and not have to worry about nothing.
Yeah,
And,
we had a good chat
yep.
tonight. We're 2 subs away from 50, so if get people to subscribe. Come on. Yeah, Rodney, you missed the pour, so I went with Weller. And then when it got real heated, I went with a Stag. So Rodney's a whiskey guy. That's how I met Rodney, through whiskey. So now we play golf together, we grill together, we do it all.
That's how you do it.
Yep.
I mean, with that, Steve, though, good luck tomorrow, bro. Hey, hold on. Let's pay some bills.
Yep.
If y'all want the best C4 crumb rind on the market, hit up our guy at Colin at C4 Authentic Belts. He will take care of you. You're going to get casted gauchos. You're going to get the casted wrestlers. You're going to get premium, just this leather that's off the charts. You're going to be the man, and somebody's got to beat you to be the man. So just hit him up at C4 Authentic Belts. Check us out on Double Drop Kick on Saturday. We're going to have Luke Bradley. Special time coming up. I think we're an hour early because he's in the UK, so
4 p.m. Eastern.
Yep. He's in the UK, and he does these amazing, amazing Lego belts.
Look at those back there, man. Those are awesome.
This dude is a savage. Looking forward to interviewing him and having a good time and just picking his brain and seeing his thoughts, and it's going to be good.
So cool.
And with that, my co-host, Steve, I wish you luck tomorrow on the first day of school with the kids.
Yep. Up at 6 a.m., so I'll be texting you when it's 3 a.m. your time.
Gotta get them out of school, stop them by, get that celebratory ice cream cone, and hear about their day and go from there.
Yep.
So you kids all have a safe week. Be good. If you guys need us, we'll always be here for you guys. Inbox us, whatever you want. We appreciate you guys and love you guys. And, man, you guys have a good week.
Like and subscribe.